Get out of my way, freak! I'm taking my girlfriend to a drive-in movie.
Eric, but it's 2 a.m. Oh well, what's the movie?
Oh, we've got a special treat today. We're going to watch The Phantom of the Mall.
Oh no! Not that! Anything but the Phantom of the Mall! I can't believe you got me out of bed for this. This is the least romantic outing you've ever taken me on, and that includes your scenic moonlit strolls through the sewers of Paris. Beneath the opera house, he's always there. He watches phantom films down in his lair, and though he's totally to Picket Lane, the phantom reviewer will watch each version's
This movie is from 1989 and was likely an attempt to cash in on the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical. Rather like the titular character, one half of this movie isn't too bad. It has good atmosphere, nice use of shadows, amazing stunt work, the music's eerie in a 1980s Yamaha keyboard kind of way, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's quite self-aware and has some good dark humour. The other half, however, is damaged beyond repair, with some truly terrible acting, writing and cliches. I love this opening scene. The Phantom disguises himself as a mannequin, and the dumb security guard can't tell until he's really close. Must be short-sighted.
You ain't no mannequin. This ain't Halloween, pal. Where do you think you're going, huh?
This Phantom's pretty fortunate to be hiding out in this mall. It has everything a psycho could possibly need, including a shop that sells fully armed and working crossbows. I mean, come on. I know America is more gun-orientated than everywhere else, but can you really buy fully loaded firearms in any store? You know, have a McDonald's, have a Starbucks, then pop next door and pick up a double-barrel shotgun? While you're at it, there's a 2-for-1 offer on landmines and 25% off all nuclear warheads. The Christine character in this one is a girl called Melody. See the subtle musical reference I tried to put in there? Who's got a job in this newly built mall, which just happened to be built on the ruins of a house where her former boyfriend Eric was burned to death. Gosh, could this be the same burned man that's stalking through the ventilation ducts, breathing heavily? What do you think? So Melody works at the new mall with her slut friend Susie, and Buzz, who is the geeky comic relief character. There's also a Ralph character, in the shape of this annoying news reporter called Peter, who's much more interested in getting a good scoop than anything else. Melody finds orchids in her locker. Just like the orchids that Eric used to get her. Wait a minute. How did Eric know which one was her locker? And how did he get in there? Did he squeeze through the cracks? And later on she finds a dress in her car, but how did he get in? Did he break the window and then reseal it? Or does he just have a skeleton key that opened every door in the world? A random worker who was minding his own business, just cleaning the fans in the vents, gets his face sliced like an orange in a blender. Why? Eric could have just hidden himself, you know, because I would have thought that murdering staff would make more people go investigating the vents, but whatever. I love this scene. In the CCTV room, a pervert camera operator watches the girls' dressing room.
I think I recognize you. I do, both of you.
Does he sound like John Candy to you?
Now, don't leave it on the floor. You've got to bend over and take it. Yes. Oh, God. Oh, yes. Now the bra. Yes, and... Oh, don't do that! Oh, man, I thought we were going to have a show here.
Hey, shut
I
that
think this
damn
scene's
thing
hilarious
off.
because you just know that this is what CCTV staff do all day. His supervisor, Samuel L. Jackson, isn't pleased with his co-worker's perving, so he sends him to check out the strange noises in the vent.
Get off your fat ass and go down there and check it out right now.
Cue another senseless murder. This time it's pretty inventive. He gets speared on a forklift truck and electrocuted. Then his eyeballs pop out of his head and ends up in Susie's ice cream. That's just nasty. We're not even 20 minutes into the movie and there's a body count of 3. Won't people stop to notice all these missing people? Anyway, Melody goes to her car and finds the dress. And also finds her car won't work. Yes, bouncing up and down in the seat usually does make cars work better. I was expecting a phantom abduction here, but instead we get a lame rape attempt from a random masked attacker. More on him later. The attacker gets shot by an arrow and escapes, and Melody is comforted by the Lady Mayor, who just happens to shop in this mall all the time. Meanwhile, Eric practices his kung fu fighting. I guess he must have stolen karate from the monster store. When he's not practicing his high kicks, Eric spends his time in his lair editing romantic montages of footage he filmed while following Melody around with a big-ass camera.
Never fill the empty space. To ease the solitude, a glimpse of you, so near and yet so far away.
Oh, it makes stalking seem so romantic.
Turn that crap off.
Anyway, in plot number 5, geeky nerd Buzz has uncovered a sinister conspiracy. What the hell is going on in this scene? I actually think this is pretty funny. Like, the movie's almost attempting satire. Listen to these subliminal messages.
Sales clerks are my friends. I can buy anything I want on credit. Shopping is fun. I like to shop. The sales clerks are my friends.
See, it's subliminal. It's under the music. I mean, this is hot stuff, huh? Deceptive, yes. Illegal, no.
I like to shop.
Ah, too bad.
Subliminal messages kick ass. I wonder if they really work.
Makes me feel good.
Melody tells Peter about her memories of the night Eric's house burned down.
I remember you kept saying you saw some guy.
Yeah, I saw him.
And you said he had a medal in his ear?
Peter spots this man in the store. It must be him. Only one man in the whole world could possibly wear an earring. Psycho gives chase and we're greeted to this messy action scene. That doesn't make any sense. You'd get crushed if he was on top of the lift, and now he's on top of the shaft. How did he get there then?
You don't like this, do you? I mean, you're getting a little irritated here,
Oh,
huh?
do you remember the masked rapist from earlier? Well, guess who it was? Turns out to be the mall piano player, who looks a bit like Inspector Clouseau. That was a genuine surprise. I never saw that coming. It's also surprising that he wears the same bloodstained clothes from the night before. Doesn't this guy ever wash? Now this has to take the prize for the best phantom death ever.
My God.
He got his genitals bitten off by a freaking snake. Macho man. I want to be a macho man. Meanwhile, the mall owner has an annoying son who hangs around being obnoxious through most of the film, but he also gets a pretty good death scene. Now, you know that in the LaRue novel, Eric kills people with a Punjab lasso, but for some reason, this never makes it into any Phantom movie that I've seen, unless you count the musical. But look at this! This is the only Phantom movie I've ever seen where he actually Punjabs someone, and it's in the Phantom of the Mall. How bizarre is that?